Hi, my name is Leona, and in this presentation, I'll be comparing prototype theory and exemplar theory to explain how we form and use categories. So I'll apply both theories to a real-world example, which is the categorizations of bird species, to illustrate how these theories shape human categorization. Prototype theory is originally proposed by Eleanor Roche, suggests that categories are structured around a mental best example or prototype. So new stimuli are judged by their similarity to this prototype rather than to all the prior experiences. Recent evidence shows this mechanism is active in human cognition. Bowman et al. 2020 demonstrated that during category learning, the brain forms prototype representations that guide rapid classification. And Blank et al. 2022 extended this to show that prototypes emerge even when individuals are exposed to highly variable category examples. The strength of prototype theory is efficiency. It allows for fast categorization with minimal cognitive load. Its limitation is oversimplification. So atypical examples may be misclassified, especially in domains with high variability. For example, like medical diagnosis or naturalistic categorization. Assembler theory argues that we store individual category members in memory and classify new items by comparing them to all the stored examples. Nosovsky and Zaki foundation study from 2002. This study is like a long time ago, but since it's like a foundation study, it's quite important to um, include in this research. So the study showed that exemplar-based reasoning explains patterns of human categorization, particularly when items are atypical or it deviate from the prototype. So exemplar processing is highly flexible, capturing variability that prototypes would miss. Nosovsky 2020 highlighted that in natural science categories, exemplar memory allows learners to classify non-standard cases accurately. The main limitation is cognitive load. So comparing a new item to multiple stored examples is slower than prototype-based classification, especially for large categories. Now for the real-world example, bird species categorization. So bird identification demonstrates the contrast between these two theories clearly. Prototype theory allows beginners to recognize a typical robin or typical crow, enabling rapid initial classification. Bowman et al. 2020 suggests that such mental prototypes form automatically through exposure to multiple instances. Exemplar theory supports expert bird watchers who recall specific unusual birds they have encountered, for example, an albino robin. Nosovsky 2020 shows that exemplar-based memory improves accuracy in classifying atypical members. Blank et al. 2022 provides neuroimaging evidence that both prototype and exemplar representations coexist, highlighting the complementary nature of these mechanisms. Interaction between fast prototype recognition and detailed exemplar comparison allows humans to categorize efficiently and also flexibly. This was taken directly from the study to support the previous mentioned evidence visually. In conclusion, prototype and exemplar theory explain categorizations in complementary ways. Prototypes provide efficiency, exemplars provide accuracy. Bird species classification shows why both mechanisms matter in real-world contexts. Beginners relied on prototypes for speed, while experts use exemplars for nuance. Understanding this dual mechanism improves our understanding of learning, expertise, and cognitive modeling. And here is the reference list for all the main sources I have used to conduct this presentation, including the foundation studies. Thank you for listening.